So let's get right to it. First up is Jibe. Jibe expands upon its leading mobile talent acquisition technology capability with a new recruiting analytics solution that features real-time, location-aware heat maps, source analysis, and funnel management, all in a mobile and tablet-ready format. Please welcome Jibe CEO, Joe Essenfeld.
What does the fox say? What the fox say?
I love that song. Thank you, Steve. It is so exciting to be here and to present Jibe's recruiting analytics to this awesome audience. I think it's very rare I get to be in a room with so many people that care about HR technology. So the energy is just great. Before I dive into recruiting analytics, I just want to give you a quick background on Jibe so you know why we built this product and the technology we have behind it. In 2009, I started the company, and we actually started as a job board. I come from the hospitality business, so things that kept me up at night were dealing with seasonal hiring and high turnover. So when I started Jibe, I wanted to address those issues that I had experienced myself. So we created a job board that focused on candidate experience, and the way that we tried to tackle that was to integrate directly with applicant tracking systems. So that means the application process lived on our job board and then was sent directly into the ATS. We added some cool social data to it to make that application process something that job seekers had never seen before. What we didn't realize is that we were building the technology at the time that would be the basis for our current SaaS platform. So as the company grew, we actually grew away from being a job board and took this ATS integration technology and brought it directly to clients. That means we used it to have their ATS have social features and mobile features that weren't currently possible. The first time we did this was for Accenture with a tool called Get Referred. This allowed job seekers to submit an employee referral before they applied to a job. Once we got that SaaS platform out there, in 2011, we were still doing both, a job board and a SaaS platform. And as a growing technology startup, focus is so crucial. So we looked at the data and had to decide which direction we were going to go in. Take our technology and give it directly to employers to use, or keep focusing on a job board. One key metric happened, and that was the adoption of mobile devices and tablets by job seekers. It was happening so quickly, we wanted to expand our SaaS platform to start providing solutions for those job seekers. So we launched with Walmart a mobile job application that took the entire job application process and made it available on a smartphone or tablet. It was an immediate success, and we learned how important focusing on that candidate experience was and giving job seekers the ability to apply whenever they wanted, wherever they wanted. So we took a look at all these products that we'd built, and we realized that we were tackling candidate experience by improving user interface. And that really only started to scratch the surface of the problem. Because true candidate experience happens from the first time that job seeker interacts with your company all the way through the hiring process. So in 2013, we decided to take a critical decision for the company and build our recruiting analytics platform. We started dev on it early in the year, and the goal behind it was to solve candidate experience with data that was easy to understand and easy to make real-time business decisions based on that data. So we took a look at the current landscape and made a decision to build this product using a two-pronged approach. The first was to talk to our customers, see where their pain points were. What did they need from their data and analytics? How did they want to solve the problems that they were currently having? And the second was to survey talent acquisition executives like many of you in this room. So we got some great data on what was currently out there. We heard a lot about spreadsheets. We heard a lot about graphs that were impossible to read. And we heard a lot about these emails that happened weekly, monthly, and quarterly that had to be assembled and be put together. Not only was it difficult to assemble this data, but it was time-consuming. On average, the recruiters that we surveyed took over 22 hours a month to assemble this data to make it something that was meaningful, that they could make actionable decisions on. In addition to the difficulty in assembling this data, actually having clean data in their system to use was also difficult. Because sometimes our workflow doesn't make sense for recruiters who are so focused on filling their recs, they're not tracking people through the entire process. So we took that learning and we said, okay, we're going to look at this current landscape and we're just going to burn it. We're going to start over. How can we make this better? So first thing we want to do is simplify the whole process. So we're going to take data from wherever the job seekers interact with your company. It's going to be on your career site, your CRM, your applicant tracking system. We're going to aggregate all that data into one service powered by Jibe that can then serve it up into a very flexible front end. And before we even implement this, we're going to talk to you, and we're going to learn how your process currently works and what type of data that we're working with. Because everyone loves to talk about big data, but big data isn't very helpful if it's not clean and if it's not accurate. So by combining those two approaches, we felt like we had something that was really new and can make an impact in your organization to have better change. So now, let's see it. So today, not only do I get to present, but I get to be a recruiter. I'm going to be a recruiter that logs into Jibe Recruiting Analytics, and I have some recs that have to be filled. I just had some budget that was freed up for software engineers in Boston. So when I log in, I first see my overview screen, and I can see things that I've configured for myself. Everything is customizable, and it can have different access whether you're a recruiting manager, you're a recruiter, or you're a talent acquisition executive. For me, I wanted to see my application conversion funnel, meaning on average, how many people started applications and finished it today. I can compare that data to a previous time period. I can also compare it to my peers. So if I elected to anonymously share my data, I can also see the data from other people and other companies in that platform to give myself a benchmark. In addition to that, I see my top performing sources for applications like job boards on the left and social networks on the other side. And then we have this really cool screen, which is a heat map of the country or the world where you're hiring from, showing applications coming in real time. I also get to see what devices people are using when they apply to jobs and when they visit my career sites. All right, so let's get back to these recs. Let's hire these software engineers. So let me go to my sources screen, and I'm going to see which job boards have been the most effective for me to date. So I can filter that specifically down by geography and by job type. So now I know where I've spent money in the past, I'm looking over a 6-month period, is where I'm probably going to invest in the future. So why not bet on what's worked before? So now that I see where I'm getting the most hires for this position based on geography and job type, I now know where I'm going to invest this new money that was freed up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to throw some dollars at these recs and see what we get coming in. So let's track it. Now that I've put these jobs out there, I'm going to look at my overall job applications coming in. And I'm really hoping I start to see some software engineer applications in Boston. You see that big blue dot in the northeast? That's good. That's a good sign. So at least we got some apply flow coming in. But I obviously want to hire these people. I don't just want them applying to my job. So I can take a deeper look into my process and see how they're getting through this flow. So now I look at my application funnel. How many people are starting the application? How many people are finishing it? Software engineers in Boston, 8.7% are getting through my application process. That's scary. That's not a good sign for me to get these recs filled. And they're spending 34 minutes on them. So now they're spending too much time on my application, and I'm not getting enough conversion. So I'm going to dig in a little bit deeper, and I want to see where the problem is. And here, this number pops out right away. It's resume upload. Only 26% are getting through this process. So I go back to my team and say, we got to hire these engineers. What are we going to do? Well, right now, we're only having one way to upload their resume. So we go ahead and we add a LinkedIn upload, we add a cloud upload with Google Drive and with Dropbox, and we don't make the field required because we need these engineers in our pipeline. So we make those changes, and now we're going to go back to analytics and track it. How'd we do? We went from 8.7% to over 19% conversion. So this is good. This is something I can work with. This is going to help me fill my recs. But now let's dig deeper. Because we've helped address this problem, let's now see if we're getting these people hired. So beyond the application process, we're going to see how they're flowing through my organization. Now I see that I have 218 qualified candidates. That means they got through the knockout questions, and these are legitimate qualified applications. But I'm only hiring 13% of them, and it's taking me 60 days to hire these people. There's no way I'm going to hit my targets if I keep these numbers consistent. So once again, I'm going to look in the funnel. I'm going to see where there's a potential hiccup. Now I'm only seeing 30% of the people are accepting their offers. So again, I go back to the team and I say, what's going on? We've got to fill these recs. So we're finding out it's taking us 8 weeks to get these offers out, and that's just too long. We streamline the process, get it to 3 weeks, track our progress here. We now increase the conversion for the offers, and we more than double our conversion for these hires. I also get to look at my days to hire. It goes down from 60 to something a lot more manageable, which is 20, which is pretty good for engineers. So now, we've seen how this works, and I'm happy with my progress, but I want to make sure I track this and keep it top of mind. So I can export this panel and put it to my overview screen. So that way, every time I log into Recruiting Analytics, I'll still be able to track this metric and make sure we're staying on target and we continue to hire enough people so I can hit my goals for this rec. Now that I've done this, I'm also going to take this panel and I'm going to send it to a hiring manager. So with a few clicks, I can export it to a PDF and immediately email it to someone. So not only do they see that I'm working to fill that hiring manager's recs, but they see direct data to back up the progress that we're making and the people that we're hiring. This helps build confidence with my hiring managers, say, no, recruiting really cares. One last thing is that for me personally, I love using my phone. It's my device of choice. Even if I'm at my desk, you're going to see me with my head down on my iPhone. And when we built this product and all of our products, they're responsive design, and there's full functionality for every single device. So recruiters, hiring managers, talent acquisition executives will never be without their data and will never be without the reports to show how and why they're running the business the way that they do. So in summary, the benefits of Jibe's recruiting analytics are transparency, efficiency, and ease of use. I really look forward to meeting more of you in the room and encourage you to come to our booth. Thank you so much, HR Tech.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Joe.